Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Destiny Arianna, and today I'm back with another video. And this one will basically be giving you guys tips on how to prepare for a new academic year. So I basically put together a list of things that I think are helpful for any student, whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, whatever, just to prepare for the school year and get ready and get your mind sort of back to school mode. Even though, you know, we don't want summer to end, sadly, school's creeping up on you, and I want success. I know y'all want success. I know you want to be successful. So I basically created a list for you guys to best prepare for the school year. If you'd like tips to help you with your academic success, stay tuned and keep watching. Before we get into this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell notification so you can get notified whenever I post a video. As you guys know, I'll be looking over to my laptop just to look at my list and refer to it. But the first thing that I recommend you doing when preparing for an academic year is updating/creating your LinkedIn profile. So if you don't know what LinkedIn is, it's basically a website that allows companies and organizations to create connections and link with each other. So it's basically an online social network for companies and people to basically connect. And what those connections basically represent are like professional relationships. So you can connect based on like your school, things that you're interested in, and it just allows for a network of connections and any other professional relationships. Just update it and keep it updated, whatever opportunities or achievements may pop up, just because the more it's updated and the more things that you're doing and putting out there, the more companies can see that and other people can see that, and it just helps your overall LinkedIn profile. And then if you don't already have a LinkedIn profile, you know what that means. You should definitely make one. The second thing that I recommend is that you make goals for yourself for your upcoming semester and overall year. So something that I think is very helpful when preparing or just trying to mentally prepare yourself for something is to set goals. So I recommend setting at least 3 goals that you have for the semester, and then 1 major goal that you have for the overall new academic year. And these goals can basically be anything. They can be academic, mental, and physical. So I think those actually are good standards for the 3 goals. So giving yourself room to make goals just allows you to have things to look forward to and work towards for the semester. I think that it's really helpful to do it before you get to school, just because, you know, you have the summer of relaxation and just really like no schoolwork whatsoever, and you really just get the chance to have a clean slate and really just set goals and have time to reflect and also look forward to the future. So my next tip is getting familiar with time management tools. So we all have phones. I know that, well, me, I'm team iPhone. Your iPhone has a lot of cool apps and things, but they also have things built into them like screen time that really helps me with time management. So I realized that I use a lot of time on my phone, and that is really detrimental to my studying. So I make sure that I increment limits on my app, so I'm not using my apps for more than a certain amount of hours a day, just because that's super helpful for me to stay focused and focus on school, and then also like control how much I'm actually using my phone. So I definitely recommend getting familiar and downloading apps that help you with time management. The next tip that I have is making sure that you go through your school's academic calendar. So you want to make sure that you know the big things that are coming up. So if you have homecoming weekend, family weekend, know when your breaks are, know when fall break is, if you have one, just different things like that, because I think it helps you prepare for the year that's coming up, and you just know what big events are happening before they happen. The next tip that I think is super helpful is analyzing your school job and your extracurriculars. So if you're going into college, you want to make sure that you're looking at different clubs and extracurriculars that you could possibly join, and if you're on work study or plan on working, looking at those too, and just seeing what's a best fit for you and getting comfortable with those things, so you sort of have an idea of what you're getting into before you physically get into it. And for my returning students, you just want to make sure that you're looking at all of the things that you're involved in and seeing, can I still manage all of these things? So like even me, I'm a junior now, and it's pretty crazy, but I'm involved in a couple of things, and now I have to sort of look at everything that I'm doing and see if I can still manage this in my workload, because now I'm in a fellowship that requires research. So it's like, you have to see what's best for you, and you have to understand what you can balance and what basically works on your plate. My next tip is budgeting. Y'all, budgeting in college is super important. I'm gonna make videos on this later on in the year, but budgeting is super important. I definitely recommend going through your expenses, maybe for books, tuition, your job, either physically writing it down in like a notebook and writing down all the expenses that you can estimate, or going in like an Excel spreadsheet and physically like writing out your different expenses. I know that on the Microsoft Excel they have different what are they called, templates. Yeah, so they're templates that basically do budgeting and stuff for you. Those aren't really helpful for me because I am not really tech savvy with Excel, so I pretty much just like writing everything down and, you know, budgeting out things so I can have a visual representation of how much I'm spending, what I need to be spending, and then how much I have left over, because I think that helps so much, especially because, you know, we are already broke college students. We don't need to be going more broke with a little bit of money that, you know, we're producing. Another tip that I have is looking for your readings and any requirements that you have for your courses. So I haven't gotten an email yet about my courses distributing like the readings yet and showing us what we have to buy, if we have to buy anything, but I definitely recommend having a list of those things and going through different websites, going in Google searches and looking for PDFs if you can of those readings so you can save a bunch of money. Also, make sure that you're running all of your books through Amazon because that helps a ton with finding books that are used. Sometimes they have books that literally have not been touched that are way cheaper than original copies. So just making sure that you run through websites that might have free PDFs available, and then running through Amazon or any other websites to make sure that you're matching the price and getting the best deal for your books, so you're also putting more money in your pockets. So this is more so for incoming students. If you're a first year, I don't know if you're even thinking about majors or minors yet, but if you want to, you know, you're looking at your course load, looking at what you're going to be getting yourself into, you want to look at your school's website and you want to make sure that you're getting familiar with the different majors and minors that your school offers. I just think that's super helpful in terms of getting to know the departments. Is something that, you know, I didn't really do. I kind of just got lucky with falling in love with a department based on classes that I took. But if you start to explore different departments, if you're really indecisive and have no idea what you want to do, it's really helpful to start looking at the professors within the department and the different courses that they offer and getting familiar with the different options that you have for majors and minors. Now, this tip is something that I'm personally still working on, but it's developing social skills. So I struggle in group settings with being, you know, open and overtly like, hey, what's up, you know, introducing myself to people. I am not like that at all. Like, it's crazy. I pretty much am very extroverted, but I consider myself to be an introverted extrovert, if that makes sense to any of you. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, I'm sorry. But basically, really working on presenting yourself and getting comfortable with introducing yourself to people. As a first year, you know, everybody else is new, so it's pretty easy for you to, you know, be like, hey, what's up, where are you from? And they also have orientation activities that allow you to get to know other people. Me, I find myself sort of noticing, like, I'm a junior in college now, like, there are already circles formed and a lot of friendships formed, but I still have to work on introducing myself in professional settings, as well as getting to know professors on campus, because I'm going to be like looking for recommendations for grad school soon. So really working on your social skills, because those are things that you can always improve and you use honestly for anything. So another tip that I have is making sure that you examine the resources that your school offers. So at Bowdoin, they offer services like career planning, COT, which is a Center for Learning and Teaching, and the library. So the library has a bunch of mentors that you can use for helps with your research papers. The COT basically has writing tutors, math tutors, and just other mentors that can help you academically. And then career planning just helps you with things like internships and fellowships. So you want to make sure that you're getting to know those resources early and really just plugging in before everybody else sort of does that. So those are a bunch of tips that I have to help you prepare for your new academic year. I hope that you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more content, and I will see you guys on the next one.